Hello again. Today I will show you how to create calibration program for all your probes. You can do it in two different ways and I will show you both ways. So first we have to define our probe angles, and you can do it in CMM Systems Manager. To go into Systems Manager you have to click on Tools and CMM Systems Manager. As I showed you in my previous video how to configure your CMM, you can see the window with your CMM configuration. If you right click on it, you can modify and you will see all probes defined in our system. In my system I have 7 probes with 2 different modules. One is SM25-1 and one is SM25-3 plus 1 disk probe. If you go into your configuration, then you will see all your probes defined in the bottom left corner. If you right click on probe, you can add probe angles, and to do it you have to right click and click on define probes. Then window will pop up and you can add all angles by clicking on angles you want to add. So now you will see indexing of your probes. If you remove one of your angles, then you can see the index is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would strongly recommend to reorder it. So if you reorder, then it will be reordered from 1 to 5. Reorder, and then it will be 1 to 5. So you will not have any gaps for defined probes. So I will remove all of them again and I will add all angles. I will do all that stuff for all my probes, but I will keep this probe only for one angle, 0, 0 degrees. Okay, I will do that the same for all probes. Okay, all our angles are defined. If you click OK, you save it. And now to create our calibration program, you can click on this icon, Generate Part Program for Calibration, or right click and you can click on Generate Part Program for Calibration. When you click on it, then you will have new window, and then you can select all probes you want to calibrate. I will select all of them, and in here I will put program name as full calibration, number of executions is 2, probe change distance above, and here we have a couple things we have to change. In here you have to specify how many points will be taken per circle. I will use 4 points per circle and 2 circles. So first circle, it will be 90 degrees, so it will be in the center of the probe, and the second it will be 15 degrees from the top of the calibration ball. In here you have point on the top of the sphere, so it will add one more point at the top of the sphere, plus you have disk styli parameters. If you click on it, then if you have any disk styli specified, then you can create calibration for the disk, and I'm using 88 degrees and 92 degrees, so it will be 2 degrees above and 2 degrees below the center of the ball. If you click OK, then here you have CNC parameters. I would use 100 mil per second speed, measurement speed 3 mil per second, and if you calibrate with 3 mil per second, I would recommend to use this parameter for your programming. Save distance for first execution, I will use 3. Save this distance for following execution, that will be the second execution, I will use 2. Deflection for touch trigger probe, and for scanning 0.4 mil. High precision measurement, depends if you're going to use it or not, but I will keep it as it is. So if you have master ball defined, use defined master ball. If your master ball is not defined in your system, then you can create manual point on the top of the sphere, and then every single time the CMM will ask you to take 1 point on top of the sphere, and then it will carry on with CNC mode. So if you click OK, then program will be generated. If you click OK again, then you will go back to Part Manager, and new program will appear here. There is one more thing you can do. If you go and add into edit mode, you will see the calibration program, and there is one more thing worth adding into the program. If in the future you're going to add some extra probe angles, then you don't have to create new program, just adding one thing. So if you go with calculation, if you add max probe number, or like however you specify it, then if you go to system parameters, probe, and you have two parameters, max number and number of defined. Max number is the maximum index specified in probe system. I showed you when you delete one probe defined, then the numbers are not in the order. I mean, they are in the order, but some of them are missing. So if you reorder them, then maximum number and number of defined, it will be the same. But if you will not reorder them, then maximum number is the maximum index number. But number of definition, it can be smaller if you don't reorder them. So I will use max number. If you click OK, then maximum probe number, it will be equal probe max number. So if you add any number and any extra probe angles, then you don't have to create new calibration program, but it will be automatically executed. So if you copy your variable, if you go to calibrate automatically, then number of last probe, you paste that here, then you don't have to regenerate new program every single time. So you can do it the same thing. You can do the same thing for all the probes. Then there is one thing you will see if I go to probe number 7. You can see point on the top of the sphere, and then there's the zenith angle 2, it will be 90 degrees. So zenith angle 2, it will be exactly at the top, in the center of the ball. But for this stylus, you can see there is no point on the top of the sphere, but there are two angles, 88 and 92 degrees. I'll add that parameter here for the calibration as well. So you can see all the probes are defined. So if you close it and save it, then you will have calibration program for your probe system. So next way you can do the calibration program, you have to create a new program. If you go to learn mode, you can always, but this is the problem with this way, that you have to do it for every single probe. So you have to define probe, and go to probe data management. And in probe data management, you can do it only for the probe that is already predefined in the program. So you can define probes, add extra probes in the system, the same way as you can do it in the first way I showed you, and you can add extra probe angles. Okay, but to do next probe, then you have to go and change probe to probe number 2, and then you can redefine again in probe data management as for the probe 1. Okay, so to create and to generate new calibration program, you have to go into probe data management, and you have to click on generate. And in this window, it is exactly same way as I showed you on the first time, but you can see on my probe 1, I have more probes defined, and you have to highlight all probes and follow the same steps as I showed you before. And that will be all for calibration. So to run calibration, you just have to go and go into repeat mode and run it as normal program.
And that's it. If you liked it and you would like to see more, please subscribe or leave comment, and see you next time.